Live from the Export Beer Garden studio and brought to you, as always, by Export Ultra, which is the beer for here. This is the Agenda podcast for Wednesday, the 4th of December.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Good morning, G-Lane, and a very good morning to Matt Heath.
G'day, guys.
Morning.
I'd like to start with an apology to you, Matt Heath.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
What'd you do this time?
Last night.
Oh.
Last night we filmed, it was like a bonus episode of Game of Two Halves. They said, we need someone for the Buzz the Burner round.
Yes, I've been involved in that. I've been humiliated on that.
A little bit of a spoiler, but I rung Heath, we had a technical meltdown, which meant you could hear the studio, right?
Yeah.
But the studio couldn't hear you.
Right.
And so what happened was, basically you rung in and were panned for about 2 minutes.
I know.
And then hung up on.
I know.
And I feel
it was like Laura was telling me that I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, look, I'm just trying to do. I'm not getting any money for this. I'm just trying to help out. I'm getting absolutely ripped here. I already got fired from the show, and now I'm getting ripped.
At least you got fired.
Yeah. Well, you got cancelled from it. When I say fired, I was also doing a radio show at the same time it's being recorded. So I'm playing the victim card here a little bit.
I like to take issue with that whole segment of Game of Two Halves.
Yeah.
The burner.
Has it worked?
Well, the thing is,
it works.
I was involved in it.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to hang up on me. So I was just hanging around like a old man's nappy. They were going, just abusing me. Get off there, Julian. Get out. I'm like,
I know, that's what they're saying.
I'm like, I'm still here. And they're like, oh, how do we hang up? And I was like, well, I'm still here. Like, just, when you're ready.
I've got Violent Christmas starring, the guy from Stranger Things on pause, waiting for the call. It's a great movie, Violent Night. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a sort of Die Hard meets Santa Claus, and it turns out that Santa Claus is this old Viking guy, but he's become an alcoholic, and but then he gets sort of stuck in this house with these people that are getting attacked by terrorists, and so Santa Claus just goes around. David Harbour, I think his name is, just goes around and absolutely kills people, like really fucking violent. He's got the sledgehammer,
Like proper bad Santa.
Yeah, he's a good guy though. He's
right.
It's for the right reasons.
Oh, okay.
He's protecting this little girl who's stuck in there. But it's very, very, very funny.
So you've got the screen paused. He's got a sledgehammer poised over someone's head.
I get the text from you to ring. I ring and just get a flurry of abuse from Laura McGoldrick, and then I'm like, well,
That was
no good turn goes unpunished.
Yeah, they're like, okay, all right.
All right, I'll go back to my movie then.
Okay then. Righto.
Oh, it's a killer. It kills me. It's not a spoiler because you still don't know who's going to win that show. I actually don't think that is till like the 22nd of December. But
No, it's a while away.
All right, okay. Well, so just don't write that down, and don't set a calendar invite to remind yourself that the show's been ruined.
You might end up on the cutting room floor anyway. So
I imagine I'll end up getting abused.
Yeah.
Abused.
Okay, yeah, it's always good content.
There's a couple of layers of complexity because they're actually running it's an actual phone. It's not like some sort of computer system. It's genuinely a Samsung phone that Laura McGoldrick has to operate, and she doesn't know how to use it.
Right.
Oh, she's Apple, is she?
Yeah. So there's that. Then it's also
wow.
gonna be
How hard is it to answer a phone call?
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised she can't, and then she turns the screen off, but it's still ringing, and then
It's going to unlock it again.
yeah, that's why she couldn't hang up on you.
Oh, no, that was Chris Key that couldn't hang up on me.
Right.
Well, if she knew that she didn't know over the phone, then it was unnecessary for her to immediately go and to abuse me for not knowing how to operate my iPhone that I operate every day, no problems at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of blame being flung around.
And in the end, it doesn't matter.
No. What's firing up ZB this week, Heath?
What was I talking about yesterday? There was a good chat.
CRL,
Nah,
rail links?
No, not the CRL.
City Rail
Central
Link?
Rail Link. Yeah, City Rail Link.
No, oh God, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about these watches here.
Oh, heart rate monitors.
Yeah, heart rate monitors, because some doctors have come out and said that they hate heart rate monitors and people monitoring their own health because it's creating hypochondriacs.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but if your heartbeat's suddenly beating at 180
You'd want to know about it.
Yeah.
and you're just sitting on the couch watching Violent Night or something, and it's not just that you've been abused by Laura McGoldrick down the phone line, it's that you might need to go to the hospital.
So do you monitor yours quite a bit? Because you've got a little smartwatch there.
I got a little I just mainly monitor the little bunny on it that looks at me.
How was the bunny? Do you feed that, do you?
Yeah, feed that bunny.
Oh,
Keep it
Is
alive.
that a
Feed the
euphemism?
chickens.
What's your heart rate right now?
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
you-
that's-
Are you able to check that?
Yeah, I'll check that for you guys. I'll just.
What's a normal heart rate range?
Well, see, this is all these information that
It's
you
like
can do.
between
You can do this
70 and 90 or something.
Oh, is it?
I
You can
reckon.
monitor. You can
It can't-
monitor.
if it's too low and you're not an athlete, you've got issues.
You can monitor all you want, but if you don't know what the information's telling you, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing,
right.
You know. But you can do an ECG
Oh,
on this
50,
bad boy.
50, 60 is probably resting.
50, 60, is it? Okay,
I
beats
don't know.
per minute.
Yeah.
Oh, there I go. I'm at 65.
Oh, yeah, okay, so a bit high, but
Yeah,
But you're,
but you know,
you're working.
I am
Yeah.
on a.
you're engaged.
I'm on New Zealand's top sporting podcast.
Yeah,
So I've got to have a level of
do you monitor?
readiness.
Do you monitor it any other times, like when you're taking a dump or maybe
No,
making
but
furious love? Do you look down? You're furiously making love. Do you look down?
Why haven't I been doing that?
I don't know. You
I
should
reckon
be.
my heartbeat is at the highest when I'm taking a dump at the moment because I've had some quite bad constipation issues.
So there's a bit of.
I reckon it's getting up around
So
190.
you're saying you get an anaerobic workout every time you do a dump.
Yeah, it's the egg and it's the boiled egg and spinach. No, what blocks you up? Boiled egg and cheese diet.
Oh, gross.
So the boiled egg and cheese diet just to block you up, so you burn calories.
That's
trying
not
to
a
get
diet.
It out.
That's not a diet. Is that a diet? The boiled
No,
egg
no, it's
cheese
a
diet.
No, I'm suggesting it as a
Oh,
diet.
okay.
I like it.
So the idea is that you eat nothing but boiled eggs and cheese, so you get blocked up,
Yeah.
and then you get your anaerobic exercise in trying
Yeah.
to get it out the other end.
A high protein diet will do that.
Yeah, well, but you're running the hemorrhoid gauntlet, though, aren't you,
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
point? So
Yeah, it's a fine
Oh, yeah.
balance
It's a-
between blowing out your hemorrhoids.
that's a real trade-off. If
You
it's a-
could prolapse at any moment.
That's why you have to get a trainer in the bathroom with you when you're doing this diet.
You got to keep your rate between 90 and 100. Don't blow it out.
yeah.
That's the ideal
Ease
exertion.
back a little bit. Ease back a little. You're going to get roids.
Would you take one single hemorrhoid to drop 5 kilos right now?
Hell yeah.
Two.
If I could make that pact with the devil, 5 kg per hemorrhoid,
Yeah.
I'd go 3 hemorrhoids just like that right now, straight away.
I'm supposed to be fair, you've had hemorrhoids without the weight loss. So.
Okay, how about 3 gallstones? How about a gallstone per 5 kgs?
I don't know what's involved in a gallstone.
Is that one of the ones you have to piss out your?
You don't have to piss it out, but I mean, some people do pass them.
Yeah, my
And
mate Spooch had that, and it was the most painful thing.
Yeah, or they laser them. They stick a.
But is
a
it more
tube.
painful than 200 trips to the gym and eating right?
No,
No,
it's definitely
I
not.
don't know. Have you pissed one out?
No, I haven't. I've known some people who have, and they said it is potentially the most painful thing they've ever had.
No pain, no
Um,
gain.
So what, are you offering 5 kilos for a gallstone? How much
No.
weight loss are you offering me?
Uh,
Will you give me 10?
yep.
I'll probably take it for 10. Yeah.
But it needs to be the size of a marble.
Oh, no.
Have you read much about quantum data storage?
No.
No.
I sure haven't.
Well, that,
I mean, I can't
well,
read.
they're just
but-
looking in ways of storing information and rendering in essentially like this is making it less complex. Another dimension.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if you could just hiff your
If you're fat,
your
do
fat to
another.
another dimension?
Yeah.
I want to unload it on another version of myself in another dimension.
Oh, that'd be quite good.
Quantum fat storage.
Quantum fat storage.
So Manaia and the green Manaia on Earth 365. He
Oh,
gets.
hang on a minute. Am I someone else's quantum fat storage
Oh
unit?
my god!
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what's happening?
Somewhere
Yeah.
out there, there's.
There's a ripped Matt Heath.
There's a rip Manaia and a rip Matt Heath that are just going, I just can't put the weight on. I can't put it on. Turns out you've got quantum fat storage in this particular dimension.
I'm over here busting my ass and no results.
Yeah.
I mean, drinking quite a bit as well. So
Somewhere there's a fat Andrew Dickens.
That Andrew Dickens is going to be huge. Huge.
there's a Jack Jerry Brownlee out there somewhere. I like the. I had one of those Apple Watches for a while. I was running the old Apple Watch, but I had to get rid of it because it's just another thing that wants your attention. It's like you get a text and all of a sudden your phone goes, your
Yeah.
laptop goes, your fucking lights start blinking. In
It's
there.
a disaster when you're trying to broadcast
Yeah.
because you can't turn all of it off.
And it's to stress me to bits. But it would give you the little notifications because it would measure your steps and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
It'd be like you'd close your exercise ring. Yeah. And the only time I ever closed the exercise ring, genuinely, I was lifting up a beer bottle and it was like, congratulations, you've just, done your exercise for the day. There was another one that they give you like mindfulness reminders.
yeah.
It's like go and take 5 deep breaths or whatever. And
you
it's
breathe
good for-
along with it, yeah.
Breathe along with it. I did that. It said, great work. You've done 5 minutes of breathing, whatever. I was having a durry. and it recorded that.
You're just blowing it right back into the face of the watch. I tell you what, closing your rings or your exercise rings would be a good name for that boiled egg and cheese diet we're talking before. That'd be the exercise ring diet.
Open your ring.
Open your ring. Open your exercise ring. All
The
right.
dumper size.
Yeah.
Look, let's
Consta size.
It's
Anyway.
innovative because you're going to go to the toilet anyway.
Yeah,
Why
so you
not
might
get-
as well be blocked up. and
Turn it
burn
into
some
a
calories.
workout.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's why all through Asia they have to squat. That's why they got such great core strength.
Right.
They have to. If you're in the toilet for 20 minutes, you're squatting for 20
Do we
minutes.
have lazy toilets?
Oh, so lazy.
Yeah.
We're just sitting down,
We just squashed there, just squashed our cheeks.
hunched
that's-
over on
yeah.
our phones,
Yeah.
We gentrified the toilet. Is that
Yeah,
the
we
problem?
have.
watching Joe Shaka just put up the highest score on defence ever in a game of fantasy football and beat me.
See, that's our problem.
Yeah,
That's right. Oh, you could do that squatting though if you had a deep enough squat.
yeah. But I mean, you'd be actually getting healthier by squatting. If you're on your phone for as long as I am in the toilet and you
Yeah.
were squatting,
Yeah.
you'd actually be doing some good.
Oh, your core would be
Yeah.
outstanding.
Well, I know some people who have got. In fact, Joe Jury, I believe, he's probably going to hate me saying this, but I believe he's got the stirrups in the bathroom where he can put his feet up on the, on like blocks, so he's in a squatting position,
Well, like for giving birth.
like a birthing suite. Yeah, because I think it puts you in a more ergonomic position.
How does KJ
I don't
feel about
know.
this?
I don't know if the stirrups on your back. I think it.
He's not on his back. He's sitting. I think it's actually more
He
like.
books himself into birth care for 2 days after a shit.
Gets made toasties and gets given Milos.
We all send him flowers.
Oh my god!
And KJ can stay with him on the first night,
Have you named it yet?
not the second night.
Baptize
That's
it.
a good birth care joke, that one.
He won't love that. You're right.
No, I don't think he will love that. But, he didn't have the birth care with him when we were overseas. We were sharing a room for about a week. And I've said it before, but I walked into the bathroom and I heard the toilet whimper.
Were you rubbing his shoulders or anything while he was doing it?
No.
Working on his breathing.
Like every new...
Light a candle, play some music.
Give him some nitrous.
Every new hotel room we check into, you walk into the bathroom and the toilet bowl's just cowered in the corner. I can't do this
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. I mean, that's what's... I think it's illegal now for Joe Jury and G Lane to share a
Yes.
hotel room.
It is.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back. We were talking yesterday about the permutations of the World Test Championship, fellas. They've taken a hit. The chances of us winning it, which were already very slim, have just gotten so much worse. Because we got hit, we were docked points for a slow over rate in that first game in Christchurch.
I've got a... Do we care about slow over rates in test matches?
Nah.
Well,
It only went 4 days.
I know this is what, and Ben Stokes even put a post out saying this test match was finished with 10 hours to spare. Thanks, ICC.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a bigger issue is that they don't start at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big
like
time.
you're already pissing around till 11 a.m. I mean, the
Yeah.
working day starts at 9.
Yeah.
And then we always get this problem at the end of the day with light.
yeah.
It's like, sort that problem out before the slow over rate in test matches. I mean, when was the last test match that went to the end of day 5?
Yeah. Oh, there was that one against England where we.
Yeah, it doesn't
in
happen a
that
lot
last
though, does
ball-
it?
No, it doesn't. I can't remember the last time. And if it wasn't affected by weather.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can understand why they're doing it because obviously
I get it in
There
T20s
needs-
and I get it in ODIs.
it does need to be
Yeah.
a line though. Otherwise,
Yeah.
some teams will go and bowl 30 overs in a day. You know what I mean? There needs
Yeah.
to be a standard. But when a test match is so advanced like that, surely there should be. It should kick in. I don't know. I don't know.
It
When,
should-
when would it kick in? I don't know.
If the game goes the distance, then you look back and reinforce it. Like, how did we get to this point? I
Yeah.
think, but like old Stokes said, if it didn't go the distance, it shouldn't be enforced.
yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. You're right about the 9 a.m. thing because when we flew out of Christchurch on the day of the Test match last week, everyone was queued up at about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh
at
my
Hagley.
god, the hundies were there out in force.
Yeah.
Because test matches is built for cricket hundies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like hard outs.
Yeah.
The
So just
interesting
start at 9. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Start at 9. The interesting part
Even
about
10.
Yeah.
It's like
What
why
the fuck
11?
is 11?
I don't know.
What is 11? It's basically lunchtime.
Yes.
yeah.
You're
Then you're
starting
having
at brunch and then about very soon afterwards you have lunch.
Yeah, and it gets later in the season and in early seasons it gets quite cold.
How about we start
It's
at
at
6 a.m.?
6:37.
How about we start at 6 a.m. and have a breakfast break instead of lunch?
Yeah. Run a 12-hour like mining shift. You're doing 12.
Do it like the Singaporean junta run the works department. Have 3 shifts, 3 different, multiple teams playing 3 shifts.
You can get a test match over in 2.5 days.
We could run concurrent. We could have a World Test Championship in like a month. If we play for 12 hours, then the other game plays for 12 hours, then we come back on. You got 2 test matches running concurrently.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You could have 3. Because
Yeah, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours.
8 hours.
3 concurrent test matches.
So, England and New Zealand go off, and then Australia and India come on and use the same wicket for 8 hours. And then South Africa come on and smash Sri Lanka in a massively advanced wicket in the early hours of the morning.
You don't want to be batting last on that one.
No.
Yeah, that'd be equivalent of batting last after 3 test matches.
Yeah, what's that? 8. Oh, I can't even do the math. It's a million. What I don't like about this is they've been fined 15% of their match fees. I thought the captain got fined for a slow overrate, but I'm reading that looks to me like the whole team got fined.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
it was
fucking. You're
captain
fielding
as
on the fucking boundary.
Yeah.
Fielding down a deep fine leg. You're not bowling. You're getting a 15% match fine. It's
You're like,
what the
thanks,
fuck,
mate.
Yeah. What was I supposed to do?
Admittedly, it was quite slow. Like, play went to 6:30 every day because that's the maximum time. It's either 90 overs in the day or 6:30.
We'll start earlier.
Yeah, totally. And it goes to 6:30 every time, and I think the maximum they bowled was like 81 or 82. So
Right. Okay, so they were flouting the rules a little bit.
they were a little bit, but I think they all knew that this game was so advanced, didn't matter.
Yeah.
The problem is it depends wildly on what kind of wicket you're working on.
Yeah.
So if it's suddenly incredibly spin friendly, then you just whip through the overs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why in India, I don't think it's really an issue sometimes in India.
Yeah.
Because
But if everyone's got to steam in from the boundary,
yeah, like in New Zealand, especially New Zealand, England, it's the same. It's same as
you should be fined for having left-handed and right-handed batsmen as well.
yeah,
For having just changed the field.
Yeah, and hitting too many boundaries.
Yeah.
Like
a good
Stokes,
point.
he's at 131 sixes in Test cricket. He's slowing the play.
Yeah,
down.
people have to go and get the ball.
Yeah, that's right. It was that man who hit it out of the ground. Was it Pope?
Yeah.
Someone hit it literally out of the ground. Fine him.
Yeah.
What a fucking delay of game that is.
There's too many variables just being just a fielder.
And also referrals.
Yeah.
How long do the referrals go for?
Find them. You can have
Yeah, find the DRS guy.
Yeah.
Find the guy on the foot that takes ages rocking and rolling.
Good rock and roll.
Every rock and roll, you get a 15% wage
fee.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the yeah. For the time converting the Duckworth-Lewis system, everything. Well, what I've always wondered with sporting fines like this, whenever you see an athlete fined, where does the money go? Who gets that?
That's a great question. I always ask.
Some kind
I always
of
wonder that
Indian
as well.
concrete billionaire.
Yeah.
Does it go to the ICC?
I don't know. Do they need it? What do they need that money for? You know?
Yeah, it seems. I mean, it's always a bit arbitrary the fine.
Yeah.
So I always wonder that in rugby as well, with like ill discipline or whatever, they'll get fined. Or in league,
Guarantee it doesn't
in
go
the
back
NRL.
to grassroots rugby or grassroots cricket.
That's right.
Guarantee the
Yeah.
grassroots get none of it.
Goes to whitewash
Goes
Yeah.
to whitewashing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to pay their retainer.
That's how you can keep whitewash off the
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
they're paid from fines.
They're just
Here's a question.
to
that's-
pay this fine. Go to this website.
Yeah, where's this money?
You go on a payment plan. Here's a question that's just sprung to my mind. If Trent Bolt was in our team, would we have done better in that test match?
Yes.
Would we have won?
Yeah.
Yes, because we had no left armour and we just needed to change it up.
Well, I mean, isn't the elephant in the room that if we'd caught our catches, we would have probably won.
Yes.
Yeah, that too.
Definitely.
Well, it would have been at least even.
But I did find that our bowling, just
Yeah.
right arm over.
Yeah.
The only big variable was Punisher O'Rourke, who came in from a bit taller and got a bit more bounce. But it would have been good to just mix it up with lovely Trenty every now
Yeah,
and
well,
then.
lovely
swinging
Trinity's
it
got the
back
X
in.
factor, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I only noticed it on like day 2 when I was looking at the footmarks in the pitch, and I was like, "Oh, we don't have a left-hander. They are only on one side of the wicket." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're only
We
bowling
don't even
righties."
have bloody dirty old wags to just
Nah.
throw some chaos into the mix.
Still
But
playing
things aren't
first-
going our way.
Still playing first class cricket though.
in good shape.
Still playing
Yeah.
for ND.
Yeah, I mean, those were the golden era, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
had lovely Trenty and the sexy camel. Just
And
and remember
Jameson.
we used to go, can't wait. Oh, you guys are doing well.
Jameson.
Wait to see up. Wait to see
Second
out.
change.
Yeah, second
Jameson
change,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Wagner.
Speaking of Trent Bolt, the highest paid sporting people in New Zealand have been announced. This is something that the Herald do every year. Luke Kirkness, dear friend of the show, has compiled this. I've got the list there for you. I'll run them by you. Erin Rootliff, estimated earnings $2.2 million. She's in at number 10.
Doubles tennis player.
Yep.
It's good. It's good.
That's
good
good
earning.
play.
Trent Boult, men's cricket player, he has earned $2.5 million.
He should be paid more than that.
I think this doesn't count his current $2 million deal.
No, I don't think it does.
Oh, okay.
So I think the earnings were calculated before the IPL auction.
Yeah, right, okay.
So basically double that, which would vault him up this list. But that's not bad. I mean, $5 million to go play cricket. Why the hell would he sign up to play a test match? It's going to take so long and then get fucking fined for it.
And then every catch that's put up, gets dropped.
Yeah, that's right. It's just killing your stats.
Yeah.
Scott Dixon has just edged Trent Boult,
thought he'd get more
2.6
than that.
mil.
This
is not, bear in mind, market endorsements.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Because I think Scott Dixon would be 10 times that.
Yeah, he's got
with
Fig
endorsements
Newtons on his windscreen. He's making a bit of cash.
But also, if that's just straight earnings, you have to pay me more than that for what they do week in, week out on an IndyCar track.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I drive to work every day.
I don't know.
I'll probably do
You
just
could
as much driving as he
you could
does.
Die just about every weekend.
Hey, have you seen the roads out there, man? I
Okay.
could too.
Well, if that's
Did you
just
see that
the
guy that
salary.
got tyre ironed yesterday?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
steering wheel stock. What did that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's an interesting story, because it sounds like they were getting shitty with the guy in front and pushing it a little bit. Got to be really careful. I was thinking about that. Might talk about it on Newstalk ZB this afternoon. You got to be careful how much you push strangers, considering the percentage of people that might be on meth in the car in front of you.
Yeah.
Like when you're a boomer and you just whip the bird out and start abusing people, got to be. It's a risky thing to do.
You got to put the
Definitely.
bird away. I mean, I'm a big fan of doing the bird under the window.
Yeah.
Like,
that's smart.
For your own-
you like
Get it
just
out of
my
your
own,
system.
own system. So, just below the window.
Just finger yourself.
You just go like that, and then that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
It's like when I often write emails abusing people, and then I delete it.
That's what Abe Lincoln did, didn't they? When he died, they found hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of abusive letters that he'd written.
Should have never freed you guys. That kind of thing, was it?
Yeah,
That kind of vibe.
they're all to ex-slaves.
Ryan Fox, number 7 on the estimated earnings list, 3.1 mil. I think he's won about $11 million over the last couple of years. But from the sounds of it, very expensive to be a golfer.
Oh yeah, you got to. I mean, people don't know unless you're the best. Everything's kind of covered. It's kind of one of those things where you got to earn your stripes. So you pay for your own flights, accommodation, transfers, everything.
And the other thing is, but the places he has to fly to so far away, you can't be sitting in cattle class, then hop out and be expected to win. Play for your paycheck. You have to go first class to be able to sleep. So
and heaps of the players, they share private jets. You see in full swing and stuff. If you're tight with 2 or 3 other players, you just will charter a private jet together. That's pretty much how they do it. That's how they roll.
Stephen Elker's edged him. He's got 4.1 mil. That's in at number 6.
How good is that as a retirement fund?
I
Just
know.
hit into your retirement, just cheeky 4 mil.
That's absurd. Joseph Parker has earned $5.3 million this year. Apparently had a big payday against Deontay Wilder last year. That's not too bad. 5 mil. Still lives out in South Auckland. I think his neighbours with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
I don't think he haven't even done much this year. It doesn't seem like it.
No.
Had that big win
Against Wei Li Zhang, is that his name? Big Bang Zhang.
Big banger.
And then he's got another one, actually not too far away.
February in Saudi, yeah.
Danny Lee has also earned himself $5 million. That puts him in at number 4. And Lids to the Co has won $6.3 million this year in what was, by all accounts, an historic year for her.
The vibe I'm getting here is I'm getting my kids into golf.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of money to be made. I mean, even look at Danny Lee.
At the amateur end, though, there's a lot of money to be lost playing golf.
Oh yeah.
And that's at your end.
Yeah, that's
That's coming out of your
parent
pocket.
end.
yeah, okay.
So it Lids to the Co 6.3 mil. Again, this is not marketing endorsements or marrying into the era to a
Samsung.
Oh yeah, she's got another $1 billion on top of that.
Yeah.
Korean tech billionaire. That's right. Chris Wood has earned himself $8.9 million, as he should.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was like the Premiership Player of the Month. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
For Kiwi.
I don't think he's leading the EPL goal scoring. I think he might be like 3rd, but he is like right up there. He's having an historic run. And Stephen Adams, once again, tops the charts
So
at
far ahead.
$21 million.
That's not including endorsements either.
No.
That's not
Meadow
bad.
Fresh. Is it Meadow Fresh he's pushing at the moment?
It's
Milk.
Not,
and shit.
it's not including the Air New Zealand safety ad
Yeah, that's.
with Andrew Mulligan.
I have to say that it's a real reach.
Oh,
that
there's
one.
some others in there. Richie Mwanga, $2.2 million.
Yep. J-Mac, the
Do we have
jockey.
if we want to get him back, do we have to cough up $2.2 million to get him to play for
pretty
the All
much.
Blacks?
Pretty much, because that's why they're trying to lure him back. And if I was Richie
Come
Mo,
back
I'd be
and
like,
play for your country for $320,000 a year.
he goes, I have.
I have, mate.
did.
And you kept on like jerking me off with me and Bodie.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like, I'm okay smashing sushi and
Yeah.
earning a couple of mil.
I've had a glow up. Scott McLaughlin, $1.69 million. Lulu Sun, 1.3. Stephen Luatua is
Yes.
making $1.3 million a year
Is he
playing
playing
rugby.
in France or something?
I presume he is, yeah.
Fuck.
I don't
I'll tell
even
you
know
what,
where he's playing.
Israel Adesanya, it's a hard way to earn 1.2 million.
It is. I thought that as well when I saw that. I was
I
like,
mean, the UFC, they get screwed, those guys. But I mean, there's
Yeah.
probably some endorsement money outside that.
There is.
I'd say,
But they don't.
say
I mean, they
would.
don't get their boxing paydays. I mean, he is infinitely bigger star than Joseph Parker. And
Yeah.
look
Yes.
at globally, there'd be no one hardly anyone in America would know who Joseph Parker is. Bless him, go feel very proud of him, etc., etc. But compared to how many people know who Israel Adesanya is over there, he's a big star.
I think you could say that about Israel Adesanya with all of those top 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
even Stephen Adams to a degree. I reckon
Yeah.
That'd be very close.
Do you
yeah.
reckon?
I
But
reckon
I
it might
reckon-
be Izzy.
globally
I
though,
think it
Yeah.
might be easy because Stephen Adams, goes from team to team, whatever. But he, when you're just in the middle of the ring in the octagon, everyone's looking at you. There's so much hype building up
Yeah.
to a UFC.
Stephen Adams wasn't on the Joe Rogan podcast.
No,
So,
yeah.
no.
so factor.
So he's pretty hard done by, and meanwhile he's having to have bloody scraps on K Road outside his McLaren.
Yeah.
That's right.
Over
With glass Barbie enthusiast.
Barbie enthusiast. He's
Yeah.
still scrapping it out for no cash on K Road.
Which leads me to my next question. For those price tags, which career would you take? So obviously Stephen Adams is making 21 mil, but can you be asked playing basketball? I mean, obviously that's the one I'd go for. I like playing basketball.
Are we saying
Play a
we've-
lot of basketball though.
Are we
Yeah.
saying we've got the ability, same
Yeah.
ability? Okay.
Yeah. And you just have that career. Which one would you go for?
I'm look, it's between
I'm going to go
it's
for anything
hard.
where I'm not getting punched right in the face.
Yeah,
so that rules
yeah.
out
I'm not
Joseph
doing
Parker.
I'm not doing the
And-
fighting ones. I'm not.
Yeah,
keen
I'm not
on.
doing those. I'm
Golf, and I'm not driving real fast either. So it leaves golf and cricket.
Yeah.
I'd be Lydia Ko
Yeah.
in every way if I could do a body swap.
Yeah.
Look, I'm really torn because I'd love to be Trent Bolt.
Yeah.
And play the game that I love. But then again, I'd love to travel the world playing mean golf courses like Ryan Fox and Stephen Alker
Yeah.
and Lydia. And also, I'd love to have a whole crowd singing for me with Chris Wood in
Yeah.
the EPL.
Yeah.
But then EPLs, that's very England. I'm going to have to go the Trent Bolt.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to
Yeah.
go Trent Bolt, Heath.
It's interesting that Peter Burling and Blair Chook aren't even on the record. They're out the other end.
It's because they...
And so much doesn't matter.
Well, no, there's no reports on none of their... Yeah, you're right. It will be so much. Also, they'll have very creative accountants. Where
Yeah.
do they live? Technically New Zealand, I guess. Probably Bermuda.
Yeah.
So there's no reporting on how much money they've made.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
They're pretty clever with that because it's
They'd
all
be there.
privately owned. They own that Black Foils team. Those two.
Do they?
They founded a Live Ocean, the charity, the trust.
Right.
So there's a bit of stuff going on there. I think they're
Trent
pretty
Bolt's
clever.
a pretty good deal because if you're mainly just playing
IPL.
T20 cricket,
Yeah.
you're only bowling 4 overs.
He is playing a T10 competition. I
Yeah.
talked to him, and I was like, T10. So you bowl 12 deliveries, and he goes, "Yep." And I was like,
How much is he getting paid per
"That's
delivery?
what I said." I said, "Have you worked out the per ball?" And before I even finished the sentence, he goes, "Oh yeah."
So that's quite good because he's bowled so many hundreds of thousands of deliveries in the nets
Yeah.
and stuff. And suddenly he goes out, bowls 12 deliveries for whatever money.
But there's a lot of pressure
I mean-
though in those 12 deliveries. That means you've got to bowl.
Plus, he's playing a lot of golf he's not getting paid for. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
probably
That's
playing
true.
as much golf as Ryan Fox. But
Yeah,
he's only getting
definitely.
paid for the cricket.
But if you had one ball that you'd been working on, some sort of wild variation that you'd
Yeah.
never unleashed, that's your opportunity to do it and be like, I just got paid 50 grand for that.
Yeah.
For that
It
massive
worked out that
wide.
Clayton
Dozer.
Kershaw was getting this. At one point, he was getting paid 11,500 American per pitch.
Oh my God. Have you seen? I saw a video the other day where there were different people, like LeBron James was in this and he was like shaking hands with Jay-Z or something. They had over the top of their heads superimposed a ticker of how much money they were earning passively as they were just walking around shaking hands. It was
Oh, that's
outrageous. They did some poor punter dirty by being like, he's not making anything.
so guys, what's going down?
Yeah.
Guy's mortgage payments are killing him.
He's just lost his, he's done his ass punting on that game. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. I got a hypothetical question I want to run past you. All right, just before we knock this thing on the head today, fellas, I like to get dust off the old hypothetical. Remember we used to do the old Sunday scenarios?
Yeah.
Here's a Sunday scenario for you on a Wednesday. $500 million will be paid to you if you can survive from the year 1800 to the present day. The condition is you are teleported to a random spot in a major European city in the year 1800, and you have to manage to survive to the present day. You're granted biological immortality for the period of this time, which means you do not age, but you are still susceptible to whatever viruses and germs and shit.
So is this $500 million in today's money?
Yeah.
Or when you land, the equivalent of?
No, today's money.
So essentially 224 years.
Yeah, 224 years. You won't age.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've only
okay,
got
so
like
you want to avoid
mil a
this,
year?
there's some key areas you want to avoid. World War. I mean, have you got any knowledge?
What do you mean? Oh,
Like, are you
yes.
blasted back there with historical knowledge?
yeah, it's you. It's us.
Oh,
Each
okay,
one
so
of
you
us
know what's coming.
right now.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what's coming.
So you don't want to stay away from sort of areas of mass satanic panics.
Yeah.
You want to.
You've got a bit of coin though, so you can build your own armies, and you know where the oil is.
No,
too.
but you don't get the 500 mil till you get to today.
Oh shit.
And no bank's going to lend you on that because they're not going to believe you.
No, so I'm landing in 1800 with no money,
Yeah.
just knowledge.
With your dick in your hand. And also,
The problem is that we have no knowledge. We think we'd
That's
go back
right.
there and we'd go, oh, we've got so much knowledge from the future. We'd go back there and go, we've got iPhones. It's like, can you build one? No.
Electricity?
How does it work? I don't know. We could look into these screens and watch sport from around the world.
Can we prepare for the teleportation?
We wouldn't even. We'd be the shittest. But we think we'd go back there and have an advantage. We'd be the shittest person in 1800. I've just been watching to make myself feel better about my life. I sometimes watch these YouTube channels on how people lived in the old days.
Yeah.
Fucking rough.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking so rough. The
They
fact that the
die
human
at
species
40.
is still around after basically you were doing well if you were sleeping in a room with an open fire with 20 pigs to keep you warm.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, and they knew what they were up to. So
You're basically working all day just to survive, you know?
So
and would you be over everything by once you got $500 million? You'd be like, well, fuck, this sucked. Like I'm fucking bored of everything.
Yeah.
I saw the Beatles 10 times live.
Yeah. That'd be my problem is I would, boredom. I
You'd
think
be like the Highlander.
I'd do myself in before I got 224 years in. You know, I'd probably do about 20 years. I get to about 1820 and be like, oh, fuck, really? I got another 100 years before even 1920, and even that's still shit.
You've worked 80 years as a hansom cab driver in London being chased around by Jack the Ripper. You're like, I'm out.
I reckon you could rephrase it around to like if it was like 10 million and you got taken back to
Has this happened and you were Jack the Ripper?
1978. Like somewhere where I can start sports gambling.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be quite good.
If you like, so an almanac situation.
Yeah, like a Back to the Future situation.
But I mean, that would be years before you knew any sporting results.
Yeah.
Like right through the 1800s. Oh, fuck.
I know. That's what I mean. I can't.
It would be 1952 at Eden Park before I knew a sporting result.
Sporting result. For me to be like England winning the World Cup in 1968 or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, fuck. They could win a World Cup in 166 years. We're just got to wait out.
It's going to hide in this cave.
But I mean, you could do things like it'd be a while. Would you buddy up to Napoleon? I don't know, like people that were going into power. I mean, it depends how much of a peasant you were, whether you could even get close enough to buddy up to people. But you know, when it gets to things like going to the Apple when it's starting up, you'd go, "G'day, Jobsy. Anything you need done around the house?"
Around the 90s, you'd really start to come into your own.
I think before
But
that.
actually, no, hang on a minute. You don't need that because you're already going to get the $500 million. So all you're doing is trying to survive.
But you'll get more. You'll make
Yeah,
money
you can
immediately.
still make more money.
All I'm
No
saying
idea.
is, I reckon
it's true,
you're
yeah.
going to be burned at the stake. I reckon within 10 years.
Yeah.
Because you'll arrive. You'll say, with no knowledge,
Yeah.
but enough to raise suspicion.
You've got your New York Knicks t-shirt on. They're like,
yeah.
where's the buckles burning?
Why is your
yeah,
heel
totally. Like you'll be talking about something, and they'll be like, "Are you a witch?
Yeah.
Are you?"
Also, I saw this thing about how quickly back in time we can't talk to anyone in English even.
Oh, really? How far is it?
I think you wouldn't be able to probably talk to Shakespeare. You'd struggle to talk to Shakespeare.
What's
'cause
that,
you'd be like,
1500s?
yeah, be like, so 1800 you would talk fucking weird.
1800. I mean, English people struggle to understand us sometimes now.
Yeah.
You could kill some good people though. You could get baby Hitler and strangle him.
Yeah.
It'd be rough being here, I reckon.
In New Zealand?
Yeah. because you'd be going up against some pretty powerful warriors that would to live that long and not fuck someone off.
What you mean here in New Zealand?
Yeah. Because unless you were from a pretty strong tribe, you're just some dude.
Which I am.
Yeah. Well, you turn up and you go, hey, no, honestly.
Don't sign it. Don't sign it. Don't sign it. They're not going to fucking honour it.
But you've still got to wait. So that's 42 years of you saying that. So you're just walking around.
And you're
walking around fucking people off saying that.
And you'll get killed.
I'm the crazy guy on the side of the street with the signs.
Yeah.
Warning.
Yeah, you are.
The end is near. Look, my biggest issue is the boredom of 200 years of living would just do me in. I don't think I could do it.
Because I see some of my mates that are in their 50s now. They're fucking bored. They can't be bothered going to concerts or anything. You know, even sport's not doing it for them anymore. They're like, fuck, I don't know.
Oh, that's when they start turning into Polkenhorns, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When that's not doing it for them. Sport's not doing it. You turn to other things.
You got to get on the meth and the prostitutes.
Yeah.
Bit of late stage meth. All right, so none of us think we could do it.
No way.
No, I can. I probably wouldn't make it to 1805.
I don't think the 500 million's worth it either, because you get to now and you're like,
yeah, that's what I mean. You'd have seen everything, and the 500 million. So what do you do now? Get a nice house. It's like I've seen some shit. I've got PTSD. Like you would not fucking believe the shit I've seen to get here. I cannot enjoy anything. You just get your 500 million, you just hide under your bed with a shotgun.
Yeah.
They deployed me to the fucking Boer War.
I fought in the Crimean War.
I fought in 3 Crimean wars. Oh my God.
I fought under Joan of Arc. Got fucked up.
PTSD.
Yeah, me and all the guys at the pub are just like, what?
I've been alive for 200 years.
Cool cops.
I've seen that guy. People would see you just sitting in the middle of a pub drinking a beer, and they go, that guy looks like he's seen some shit.
Yeah. Also, if you end up in like France, you just get guillotined for the fuck of it.
Yeah, just because you went through, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. You're there for the bloody revolution.
But where are you from? Oh, I'm from New Zealand. Get fucked.
We're just going to guillotine you because I don't know.
We can't figure you out, man.
You seem posh.
We're just going to guillotine you. Yeah. All right, so none of us reckon we can do it. Let us know what you think on the old voicemail, and we'll knock this thing on the head. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Agenda Podcast, live from Wellington.
Yeah, we're live from the basin.
Yeah. Are you calling the game from down there, or are you just doing a drive-by just before the game again?
Drive-by. We're not allowed in the grounds, you know that.
Yeah, I know that. I was part of the reason we're not allowed there.
So another pointless drive-by for the ACC tomorrow at the basin. Now, tune into the podcast.
Yeah, why would you stick around to watch the game?
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda Podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.